This new week will not break you, it will build you. It will not block you, it will bless you. As we step into this new week, we do not enter it casually. We enter it covered, focused, and filled with faith. This is our atomic prayer, small in words, but powerful in impact, simple in expression, but explosive in results. An atomic prayer is not about shouting louder, it's about believing deeper. It is the kind of prayer that shifts atmospheres before problems even appear. As this week begins, we declare protection over our minds, protection over our families, protection over our dreams, and protection over every step we take. No unseen danger will trap us, no hidden plan will defeat us, and no unexpected storm will shake our foundation. We walk into this week shielded by divine strength, surrounded by unseen favor, and carried by supernatural peace. This week, miracles will not be rare, they will flow. Doors that look permanently closed will open quietly but powerfully. Conversations will turn in our favor. Delays will transform into divine timing. What was meant to frustrate us will actually position us. Our atomic prayer activates miracle flow, opportunities aligning at the right moment, help arriving without us begging, clarity coming where confusion once lived. We will not chase blessings. Blessings will locate us. We will not force progress. Progress will meet our obedience and faith. Every day of this week carries possibility, and we choose to expect good news instead of bad reports. We reject fear at the entrance of this week. Fear will not sit at our table. Anxiety will not control our thoughts. Doubt will not narrate our story. Instead, courage will rise in us. Confidence will steady us. Peace will anchor us. Even if challenges appear, we will not panic because we know protection surrounds us. Even if pressure increases, we will not collapse because strength is within us. This week we move strategically, speak wisely, and act boldly. Our steps are ordered, our minds are clear, our hearts are guarded. Let this week be marked by divine alignment. The right people will cross our path. The wrong connections will naturally fall away. What drains us will lose access to us. What fuels our purpose will increase. Financial provision will surprise us. Health will stabilize and strengthen us. Emotional wounds will begin to heal. Relationships will experience restoration. Where there has been stagnation, there will be movement. Where there has been silence, there will be answers. There will be answers. Where there has been struggle, there will be breakthrough. This atomic prayer covers the unseen hours, the late nights, the early mornings, the silent battles no one knows about. It protects our reputation, our peace, our progress. It shields us from unnecessary conflict and keeps us focused on our assignment. We declare that no weapon formed against us will prosper, and every negative word spoken will lose its power. This week is not ordinary. It carries momentum. It carries restoration. It carries acceleration. It carries acceleration. And as you move forward, walk like someone protected. Speak like someone favored. Work like someone anointed for success. Rest like someone who trusts the process. This new week is not something to survive. It is something to conquer. Protection surrounds you. Miracles are flowing towards you. Breakthrough is aligning for you. Breakthrough is aligning for you. Step into this week with faith, because what is coming is greater than what you left behind. One of the most powerful truths you can carry into a new week is this: small prayers, when filled with deep faith, create massive impact. An atomic prayer is not long, complicated, or decorated with impressive words. It is focused, it is intentional, it is sincere. Just like an atom is tiny, yet holds tremendous energy, a focused prayer spoken from the heart carries explosive spiritual power. Many people believe that in order for a prayer to work, it must be lengthy, emotional, or perfectly structured. But true power is not in the length of the prayer, it is in the depth of the belief behind it. When you whisper a simple, faith-filled request for protection and guidance over your week, heaven moves in response to your trust. As you step into a new week, you do not need hours of perfect speech. You need clarity. You need alignment. You need confidence in who you are speaking to and what you are expecting. An atomic prayer is specific. It declares protection over your mind. It asks for wisdom in decisions. It calls for peace in the middle of pressure. It invites miracle flow into ordinary days. When you pray with focus, you remove distraction. When you pray with belief, you remove doubt. And when you pray with expectation, you remove limitation. The simplicity of your prayer does not limit its power. It actually concentrates it. It's it. There is something transformational about beginning a week with intentional prayer. Instead of reacting to problems as they arise, you prepare for victory before challenges even appear. A focused prayer sets the spiritual tone for the days ahead. It's like laying a foundation before building a house. If the foundation is strong, the structure can withstand pressure. When you release an atomic prayer on Monday morning, you are not just speaking words. You are establishing spiritual boundaries. You are declaring that confusion will not dominate your thinking, that negativity will not control your mood, and that fear will not dictate your actions. Many people underestimate the impact of consistency in small prayers. They wait for crisis before they pray deeply. But atomic prayer is proactive, not reactive. It does not wait for trouble. It prepares before trouble arrives. A simple daily declaration such as, "This week I am protected, guided, and favored," may seem small, but repeated with faith, it builds spiritual momentum. Momentum changes outcomes. Momentum opens doors that once seemed locked. When you consistently speak focused prayers, you train your mind to expect goodness instead of disaster. A focused prayer also sharpens your awareness. When you pray specifically for protection, you become more alert to decisions that preserve your peace. When you pray for wisdom, you become more sensitive to red flags and divine nudges. When you pray for miracle flow, you begin to recognize opportunities that you might have ignored before. Prayer does not only change circumstances, it changes perception, and when perception shifts, actions improve. Improved actions produce better results. What started as a small prayer becomes a chain reaction of positive change. An atomic prayer carries authority because it is rooted in trust. Trust is the key ingredient. You may not see immediate results, but you stand firm, knowing that something is happening behind the scenes. Faith is not emotional excitement. It is steady confidence. It is walking into meetings believing favor surrounds you. It is making decisions, believing wisdom guides you. It is going to sleep, believing protection covers you. When your prayer is focused and your faith is steady, anxiety loses its grip. You stop overthinking every possibility because you know you have already committed your week into higher hands. There is also discipline in atomic prayer. It teaches you to filter your thoughts. Instead of speaking carelessly about how stressful the week will be, you speak intentionally about how protected and productive it will be. Instead of declaring that nothing ever works out for you, you boldly declare that alignment is happening in your favor. Words shape expectation. Expectation shapes behavior. Behavior shapes outcome. Small, focused prayer can interrupt negative mental patterns that have been operating for years. That interruption is powerful. That interruption is life-changing. Some weeks begin with uncertainty. There may be deadlines, responsibilities, or unresolved issues waiting for you. But when you begin with atomic prayer, you do not enter the week empty-handed. You enter equipped, you enter prepared, you enter shielded. Your prayer becomes your spiritual armor. It becomes your daily reminder that you are not navigating life alone. Even when unexpected obstacles appear, you remain steady because you already declared protection. You already invited guidance. You already activated miracle flow. The beauty of atomic prayer is that it removes excuses. You do not need perfect conditions to pray. You do not need a perfect environment. You can pray in your room, in your car, on your way to work, or quietly in your heart before a conversation. The power is not in the location. It is in the connection. The simplicity makes it accessible every day. And when something is accessible, it becomes sustainable. The sustainable key creates consistency. Sustainability creates consistency. Consistency builds strength. As you continue practicing focused prayer, you will notice internal shifts before external changes. Peace will come faster. Confidence will feel stronger. Doubt will become quieter. Your reactions will soften. Instead of panicking, you will pause. Instead of assuming the worst, you will expect resolution. That inner stability is one of the greatest miracles of all. Protection is not only about avoiding harm. It is also about preserving peace. When your mind is protected from chaos, you think clearly. When your heart is protected from bitterness, you love freely. When your focus is protected from distraction, you move strategically. An atomic prayer for the new week may sound like this. Guide my steps. Guard my mind. Align my path. Let favor find me. Let peace anchor me. Short, direct, powerful. When spoken with belief, those few words carry more weight than 1,000 empty sentences. They become a spiritual declaration over your time, your energy, and your opportunities. They act as a compass, pointing you back to trust whenever you feel overwhelmed. Never underestimate what can happen when you consistently release focused faith into your week. Small prayers can prevent big problems. Simple declarations can create major shifts. Quiet moments of surrender can produce loud testimonies of breakthrough. What looks tiny in effort can be tremendous in effect. The week ahead may hold responsibilities and challenges, but it also holds possibility, and when you activate that possibility through atomic prayer, you step into your days with authority, confidence, and expectation. Carry this truth with you. Your small, focused prayer is not insignificant. It is strategic. It is powerful. It is transformative. Speak it boldly. Believe it deeply. Repeat it consistently. Repeat it consistently. And watch how something as small as an atomic prayer begins to shape your entire week, with protection, alignment, and miracle flow. Divine protection over every area of your life is not just a comforting idea, it is a powerful reality you can step into with faith as you begin a new week. Protection is more than physical safety. It is mental stability when pressure tries to overwhelm you. It is emotional balance when conflict attempts to drain you. It is spiritual covering when unseen forces try to distract or discourage you. When you pray for protection, you are not praying from a place of fear. You are praying from a place of authority. You are praying from a place of authority. You are declaring that your life is guarded, directed, and preserved with purpose. As this new week unfolds, divine protection surrounds your mind. Your thoughts are one of the most valuable battlefields in your life. If your mind is attacked by doubt, fear, insecurity, or negativity, it becomes difficult to function effectively. That is why mental protection is critical. When you declare protection over your mind, you are choosing clarity over confusion. You are choosing peace over panic. You are choosing peace over panic. You are choosing discipline over distraction. This week, intrusive thoughts will not dominate you. Overthinking will not exhaust you. You will not allow imagined problems to steal real joy. Your mind will be steady, focused, and alert. Divine protection also covers your emotions. Life has a way of presenting unexpected moments, disagreements, disappointments, delays. Without emotional protection, these situations can leave you frustrated, bitter, or discouraged. But when you step into the week covered in prayer, you are shielded from emotional extremes. And so, you respond with wisdom instead of reacting with impulse. You maintain dignity even when others act carelessly. You protect your peace because you understand its value. Emotional protection does not mean you will never feel pressure. It means pressure will not control you. Protection extends to your physical health. Your body carries you through your responsibilities, your dreams, and your assignments. When you declare protection over your health, you are acknowledging that strength is necessary for progress. You are asking NG for energy where there has been fatigue, restoration where there has been weakness, and resilience where there has been strain. This week, your body will cooperate with your purpose. Fatigue will not define your productivity. Stress will not overpower your stamina. Stress will not overpower your stamina. You will move with vitality and confidence. Divine protection also covers your family and relationships. Relationships are precious, yet they can be vulnerable to misunderstanding, jealousy, miscommunication, and external negativity. When you pray for protection over your loved ones, you are building a spiritual hedge around your connections. Conflict will not destroy what is meant to thrive. Outside influences will not corrupt what is rooted in love. Conversations will be guided with patience and understanding. Harmony will grow stronger than tension. Protection in relationships means peace in your environment, and peace in your environment strengthens every other area of your life. Financial protection is another vital area. Many people enter a new week worried about bills, income, stability, or opportunities. But when you declare divine protection over your finances, you shift from anxiety to expectation. You believe that waste will be prevented, wisdom will guide your decisions, and provision will appear at the right time. You trust that opportunities will align. You commit to discipline and responsibility while believing that unseen favor is working on your behalf. Financial protection does not remove responsibility. It enhances awareness and invites strategic decisions. Your purpose and goals also require protection. Not everyone will understand your vision. Not every opportunity will be beneficial. Distractions can appear attractive, but lead you away from your assignment. When you pray for protection over your goals, you are asking for discernment. You are asking for the ability to recognize why it aligns with your calling and what does not. This week, you will not be pulled into unnecessary drama. You will not waste energy proving yourself to people who misunderstand you. You will stay focused on what truly matters. Divine protection also guards your time. Time is one of your most valuable resources. Once spent, it cannot be recovered. When you invite protection over your schedule, you are asking for order instead of chaos. You are asking that interruptions be minimized and productivity be maximized. You are asking for efficiency in your tasks and clarity in your priorities. This week, procrastination will not dominate you. Disorganization will not frustrate you. You will manage your hours wisely, understanding that protected time leads to accelerated progress. But sometimes protection works quietly. It prevents accidents you never see. It blocks opportunities that would have harmed you. It delays plans that were not aligned for your good. There will be moments when something does not work out, and instead of frustration, you will later discover it was protection. Divine protection is not always obvious in the moment, but it is always purposeful. Trust that closed doors can be as powerful as open ones. Trust that delays can be as protective as immediate answers. Protection over your reputation is also important. Words spoken about you, assumptions made about you, misunderstandings formed around you. These things can influence how others see you. When you pray for protection over your name, you are asking that truth rise above falsehood. You are asking that integrity shine brighter than rumors. You are asking that your character speak louder than criticism. This week, your actions will reflect strength, wisdom, and consistency. Your reputation will be preserved by your integrity and guided by your values. There is also spiritual protection that cannot be measured, read by physical evidence. It is the quiet sense of being covered. It is the inner assurance that you are not alone in your battles. It is the deep confidence that even when you cannot see the outcome, you are supported. This spiritual covering strengthens your courage. It empowers you to walk into difficult rooms without intimidation. It reminds you that no challenge is greater than the protection surrounding you. When you truly embrace divine protection over every area, fear loses its authority. You stop waking up expecting problems. You stop assuming that something will go wrong. Instead, you wake up confident that even if something unexpected happens, you are equipped to handle it. You move through the week with calm strength. Your posture changes. Your tone changes. Your decisions change. Protected people do not panic easily. They remain steady because they know their foundation is secure. As you step into this new week, declare protection boldly. Declare it over your mind so negativity cannot enter. Declare it over your heart so bitterness cannot settle. Declare it over your home so peace can remain. Declare it over your work so excellence can increase. Declare it over your finances so wisdom can guide you. Declare it over your dreams so distractions cannot derail you. Speak it consistently and believe it deeply. Divine protection is not passive. It is active. It is working when you sleep. It is guiding when you decide. It is shielding when you travel. It is guarding when you interact. It is guarding when you interact. It is aligning when you plan. Even in moments of uncertainty, protection stands firm. You may not see every detail of how you are being guarded, but trust that what surrounds you is greater than what opposes you. Walk into this week like someone covered. Speak like someone guarded. Act like someone preserved. Rest like someone protected. Because when you truly believe that knee protection covers every area of your life, you stop surviving the week and start conquering it with confidence, peace, and unstoppable faith. Expectation is powerful. What you expect shapes how you think, how you speak, how you act, and ultimately what you experience. When you choose to live with an expectation of miracle flow, you are not ignoring reality. You are activating a higher reality. You are activating a higher reality. You are deciding that this new week will not be ordinary, routine, or heavy with struggle, but filled with divine alignment, unexpected favor, and breakthroughs that exceed your logic. Miracle flow is not about dramatic fireworks every day. It is about consistent supernatural movement in your favor. It is about doors opening at the right time, conversations shifting in your direction, and solutions appearing where there once were only problems. Many people enter a new week bracing themselves for stress. They expect delays. They anticipate conflict. They prepare for disappointment. But when you carry miracle expectation, you prepare for good news instead. You wake up believing something positive is going to happen. That belief changes your energy. It changes your posture. It changes the way you greet opportunities. Instead of shrinking back in doubt, you step forward in confidence. Instead of assuming rejection, you anticipate acceptance. Instead of fearing failure, you expect progress. Your mindset becomes fertile ground where miracles can grow. Miracle flow begins in your thoughts. Before anything shifts around you, something must shift within you. You have to make a decision that this week will not be defined by last week's limitations. Past disappointments cannot dictate present possibilities. Just because something didn't work before does not mean it won't work now. Miracle expectation means refusing to let history restrict destiny. It means believing that new opportunities can arise suddenly and without warning. It means understanding that timing can change in a single moment. When you expect miracles, you start recognizing opportunities others might overlook. You become more alert to divine appointments. A random conversation becomes a strategic connection. An unexpected delay becomes protection. A simple idea becomes the seed of a breakthrough. Miracle flow often hides inside ordinary moments. But if your expectation is low, you may miss it. If your faith is active, you will see it. Expectation sharpens awareness. Awareness invites alignment. Living with miracle flow does not mean there will be no challenges. It means challenges will not have the final word. It means that even when something appears difficult, you trust that a solution is forming. You refuse to panic because you believe help is on the way. You refuse to give up because you believe breakthrough is near. You remain steady because you know that unseen forces are arranging things in your favor. Miracle expectation replaces anxiety with anticipation, replaces anxiety with anticipation, and replaces expectation out loud. When you declare, "This week miracles will flow toward me," you are reinforcing belief in your own spirit. Words strengthen faith. Words direct focus. Words create alignment between what you believe and what you pursue. Speaking expectation consistently trains your mind to look for possibilities instead of obstacles. And what you look for, you often find. If you look for problems, you will find problems. If you look for miracles, you will find movement. If you look for miracles, you will find movement. Miracle flow also involves timing. Sometimes you have been working hard, praying faithfully, preparing diligently, and nothing seems to shift. It feels stagnant. It feels silent. But suddenly alignment happens. The right email arrives. The right person calls. The right opportunity presents itself. What felt stuck begins to accelerate. That acceleration is not accidental. It is alignment. It is the result of seeds planted earlier. When you expect miracle flow, you trust that your preparation will meet opportunity at the right moment. This week can carry unexpected favor. Favor is when you receive support you did not beg for. It is when doors open without exhausting effort. It is when people advocate for you behind closed doors. It is when resources become available at just the right time. Favor feels like ease in the middle of effort. You still work, but you are not striving. You still move, but you are not forcing. Things align naturally. That alignment is miracle flow. Miracle expectation also protects you from discouragement. When setbacks occur, you interpret them differently. Instead of seeing them as defeat, you see them as redirection. Instead of quitting, you adjust. Instead of doubting, you deepen your faith. Expectation builds resilience. You understand that one closed door cannot cancel a destiny filled with open ones. You understand that temporary delays cannot override permanent promises. Your confidence becomes anchored not in circumstances, but in belief. When you live in miracle flow, gratitude increases. You begin to notice small victories. You appreciate progress. You celebrate improvement. Gratitude keeps miracle flow active because it acknowledges movement. Complaining blocks flow. Gratitude expands it. When you say thank you for what is working, you create space for more to work. When you appreciate small breakthroughs, you prepare for larger ones. Gratitude shifts your emotional state, and your emotional state influences your perspective. Miracle flow also affects your relationships. When you expect good alignment, you attract healthier conversations. You approach interactions with openness instead of suspicion. You listen with patience instead of defensiveness. Your calm confidence changes the atmosphere around you. People respond to your energy. When you carry expectation of good outcomes, you create an environment where cooperation thrives. Even difficult discussions can turn productive when approached with faith, rather than fear financially. Miracle expectation shifts scarcity thinking. Instead of constantly worrying about lack, you begin to trust provision. You still act responsibly, but you release anxiety. You believe that new streams of opportunity can appear. You believe that creativity can generate solutions. You believe that discipline combined with divine alignment can produce unexpected results. That belief fuels action. Action combined with faith produces progress. One of the greatest aspects of miracle flow is peace. When you expect good outcomes, you rest differently. You sleep without constant mental rehearsals of worst-case scenarios. You wake without dread. Peace becomes your default state instead of stress. And peace strengthens clarity. Clarity improves decisions. Improved decisions create better outcomes. What begins as expectation becomes transformation. You must guard your expectation carefully. Negative voices will try to lower it. Past failures will try to reduce it. Fear will try to reduce it. Fear will try to question it, but you must protect it. Feed it with positive declarations. Strengthen it with consistent prayer. Surround it with encouraging influences. Expectation is like a flame. It must be nurtured to stay strong. When protected, it becomes a guiding light through uncertain moments. This week, choose to expect miracles in simple ways. Expect the right words to come when you need them. Expect strength to rise when you feel tired. Expect clarity to replace confusion. Expect help to appear. Expect favor to open doors. Expect peace to steady you. Expect joy to surprise you. Expect progress to unfold. The more you expect good, the more you position yourself to receive it. Miracle flow is not about perfection. It is about movement. Even small steps forward count. Even minor improvements matter. Do not underestimate steady progress. A single breakthrough can shift an entire season. A single opportunity can redefine your path. A single conversation can change your direction. Stay open. Stay alert. Stay believing. As you walk into this new week, carry bold expectation. Let it shape your words. Let it influence your attitude. Let it strengthen your confidence. Refuse to settle for survival when you are designed for breakthrough. Refuse to accept stagnation when you are called to progress. Expect miracle flow not because everything looks perfect, but because your faith is active. This week will respond to your expectation. If you anticipate struggle, you will notice struggle. If you anticipate miracles, you will notice movement. Choose anticipation, choose belief, choose alignment. And watch how ordinary days begin to carry extraordinary results. When you live with expectation of miracle flow, you do not chase blessings desperately. You walk forward confidently, knowing they are already on their way. Rejecting fear and embracing faith is one of the most powerful decisions you can make as you step into a new week. Fear is subtle. It does not always shout. Sometimes it whispers. It plants small doubts in your mind. It makes you question your ability, your future, your worth. It magnifies problems and minimizes possibilities. If you allow it, fear will sit quietly in your thoughts and slowly influence your actions. It will convince you to hold back when you should move forward. It will tell you to stay silent when you should speak. It will encourage you to expect failure instead of breakthrough. That is why rejecting fear must be intentional. It does not leave on its own. Must decide that it no longer has authority over your thinking. If fear often disguises itself as logic, it tells you that you are just being realistic. It reminds you of past disappointments and suggests they will repeat. It shows you statistics, obstacles, and uncertainties. But faith sees beyond what fear presents. Faith acknowledges challenges but refuses to be limited by them. Faith says that even if something did not work before, it can work now. Faith says that even if you feel unqualified, you can grow. Faith says that even when the path is unclear, guidance will come step by step. Rejecting fear does not mean denying reality. It means refusing to let reality define your outcome. As you begin a new week, fear may try to remind you of unfinished tasks, unresolved problems, or difficult conversations ahead. It may attempt to create anxiety before anything even happens. But fear thrives on imagination. It paints worst-case scenarios and asks you to rehearse them repeatedly. Faith, on the other hand, paints possibility. Faith, on the other hand, paints possibility. It invites you to imagine success, peace, and resolution. The pictures you allow in your mind will influence the emotions in your heart. That is why rejecting fear begins with guarding your thoughts. Fear weakens confidence. It makes you second-guess decisions. It makes you hesitate in moments that require boldness. It drains energy because it keeps your mind in constant alert mode. When you are controlled by fear, even small challenges feel overwhelming. But when you embrace faith, your posture changes. You stand differently. You speak differently. You make decisions with clarity instead of panic. Faith strengthens your inner foundation so that external pressure cannot easily shake you. Embracing faith does not mean you will never feel afraid. There will be moments of uncertainty. There will be situations that stretch you beyond your comfort zone. Nay, the difference is that faith refuses to let fear lead. You may feel nervous before a big opportunity, but faith tells you to step forward anyway. You may feel unsure about an outcome, but faith tells you to trust the process. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is movement in spite of it. Each time you choose faith over fear, you grow stronger. Fear isolates. It convinces you that you are alone in your struggle. It tells you that no one understands your pressure. It whispers that your situation is unique and hopeless. But faith connects. It reminds you that help is available. It reminds you that you have survived challenges before. It reminds you that strength rises when needed. When you embrace faith, you stop magnifying loneliness and start recognizing support. You begin to see that resources, wisdom, and guidance are closer than you thought. Fear also affects your speech. When fear dominates, your words become negative and defensive. You begin to speak limitations over your life. You say things like, "It probably won't work," or "I'm not ready," or "something will go wrong." Words carry power. Repeated negative declarations strengthen fearful thinking. But when you embrace faith, your language shifts. You begin to say, "I am prepared. I will handle this. Solutions are coming." Those words reinforce confidence. They create alignment between your belief and your actions. One of the most damaging effects of fear is procrastination. Fear of failure can keep you from starting. Fear of judgment can keep you from trying. Fear of rejection can keep you from applying. The week ahead may hold opportunities that require initiative. If fear controls you, you may hesitate too long and miss them. Faith encourages action. It reminds you that growth requires movement. It assures you that mistakes are part of learning, not proof of inadequacy. When you embrace faith, you act with boldness even if the outcome is not guaranteed. Fear focuses on what could go wrong. Faith focuses on what could go right. Both require imagination. Both require belief. The question is which one you will nurture. If you feed fear with constant worry and negative input, it will grow stronger. If you feed faith with positive declarations, prayer, and encouragement, it will rise. Your focus determines your emotional state. Your emotional state influences your decisions. Your decisions shape your results. Rejecting fear also protects your peace. Anxiety drains energy that could be used productively. It keeps your mind racing at night. It interrupts your concentration during the day. Faith calms your spirit. It allows you to rest even when things are unfinished. It assures you that not everything must be solved immediately. It reminds you that step-by-step progress is enough. Peace is not the absence of responsibility. It is confidence in your ability to handle responsibility. It is confidence in your ability to handle responsibility. There may be moments this week when fear tries to resurface. It may come through unexpected news or sudden changes. When it does, pause, breathe. Remind yourself that fear is a reaction, not a prophecy. Feelings are temporary. Faith is steady. Choose to respond instead of react. Faith is steady. Choose to respond instead of react. Choose to speak calm instead of panic. Choose to move forward instead of retreat. Each choice strengthens your resilience. Each choice strengthens your resilience. Fear gives up quickly because it assumes failure is inevitable. Faith persists because it believes breakthrough is possible. When something takes longer than expected, Fear says quit, faith says continue. When progress feels slow, fear says it's pointless, faith says it's pointless happening beneath the surface. The difference between those who succeed and those who stop often lies in which voice they listen to in difficult moments. Embracing faith builds inner authority. You stop seeking constant reassurance from others because your confidence comes from within. You stop being controlled by opinions. You stop measuring your worth by temporary results. Faith anchors your identity so deeply that external fluctuations cannot easily shake it. That stability attracts respect. It creates influence. It inspires others who may be struggling with their own fears. The new week ahead is not designed to intimidate you. It is designed to stretch you. Stretching may feel uncomfortable, but it leads to expansion. Fear resists stretching because it prefers familiarity. Faith welcomes growth because it understands potential. When you reject fear, you open yourself to new levels of capacity. You discover strengths you did not know you possessed. You handle situations that once seemed impossible. There is freedom in releasing fear. Freedom to try. Freedom to speak. Freedom to dream. Freedom to act. Fear builds invisible walls around your potential. Faith tears those walls down. Fear shrinks your vision. Faith expands it. Fear tells you to expect disappointment. Faith invites you to expect progress. The choice is daily, sometimes it is hourly. But each time you choose faith, you reclaim control over your direction. As you move through this week, be mindful of your inner dialogue. When fear speaks, answer it with truth. When doubt rises, counter it with confidence. When anxiety builds, slow down and center yourself. You are not required to predict every outcome. You are only required to take the next step. Faith is built step by step, decision by decision. Walk into every room with quiet confidence. Approach every task with steady focus. Face every challenge with calm strength. Fear may knock, but you do not have to open the door. Faith stands ready to guide you forward. The week ahead holds opportunity, growth, and possibility. Do no. Let imagined obstacles rob you of real progress. Reject fear intentionally. Embrace faith consistently. Speak courage daily. Act boldly. Rest peacefully. Trust deeply. And watch how your week transforms when you decide that fear will no longer lead and faith will no longer be silent. Divine alignment and breakthrough are not accidental events. They are moments where preparation, faith, obedience, and timing converge. When you step into a new week, believing in alignment, you are trusting that the right things will connect at the right time, in the right way. Alignment means that what is meant for you will not miss you, and what is not meant for you will not be able to stay. It is the quiet confidence that your steps are being ordered, your path is being directed, and your efforts are not wasted. Breakthrough is what happens when alignment meets persistence. It is the sudden shift after steady faith. It is the door opening after consistent knocking. Many people try to force outcomes. They push relationships that are not healthy. They chase opportunities that are not aligned. They hold on to environments that are draining. But divine alignment requires trust. It requires releasing control over what you cannot manipulate and focusing on what you can improve. When you align yourself with purpose, integrity, discipline, and faith, you position yourself for breakthroughs that do not require exhausting effort. Instead of striving, you start flowing. Instead of forcing, you start trusting. Alignment begins internally. Before external doors open, your heart must be aligned. Your thoughts must be aligned. Your intentions must be aligned. Your intentions must be aligned. If your motives are scattered, your results will be inconsistent. But when your focus is clear, your direction becomes steady. This week, alignment means saying no to distractions that do not serve your growth. It means protecting your time. It means choosing conversations that add value instead of chaos. It means guarding your energy so you can invest it where it truly matters. There are moments when misalignment feels comfortable because it is familiar. You may stay connected to habits, people, or routines that no longer fit your future simply because they are known. But breakthrough requires movement. It requires courage to step into new territory. Alignment may ask you to let go of what feels safe in order to receive what is greater. It may require uncomfortable decisions, honest conversations, or bold steps. But every release creates space, and space invites something better. When you are aligned, you notice peace, even in uncertainty. You may not know every detail of what lies ahead, but you sense that you are moving in the right direction. There is a quiet assurance that you are not wasting your time. That assurance fuels perseverance. It keeps you steady when progress feels slow. It reminds you that seeds planted faithfully will eventually produce visible results. Breakthrough often happens suddenly, but it is built gradually. Divine alignment also affects the people around you. Divine alignment also affects the people around you. The right connections begin to surface naturally. Conversations feel purposeful. Opportunities arise through unexpected introductions. When you are aligned, you do not have to chase validation. When you are aligned, you do not have to chase validation. You do not have to beg for access. The doors that belong to you will open with confirmation instead of confusion. The people assigned to support your journey will recognize your value without excessive persuasion. Alignment removes unnecessary struggle. Sometimes breakthrough comes in areas you least expect. It may show up as clarity where there was confusion. It may appear as courage where there was hesitation. It may manifest as healing where there was pain. Not all breakthroughs are public or dramatic. Some are deeply personal. Overcoming fear is a breakthrough. Forgiving someone who hurt you is a breakthrough. Developing discipline where there was procrastination is a breakthrough. These internal victories create the foundation for external success. Alignment also protects you from premature opportunities. Not every open door is beneficial. Not every invitation is strategic. When you are aligned, discernment increases. You sense when something feels forced. You recognize when timing is wrong. You trust delays without panicking. Is wrong. You trust delays without panicking. You understand that a closed door can be protection rather than rejection. Breakthrough at the wrong time can create pressure instead of progress. But breakthrough at the right time creates momentum. This week may present moments that test your patience. You may not see immediate results for your efforts, but alignment means trusting the process even when it is invisible. Roots grow underground before fruit appears above ground. Foundations are built beneath structures, and confused ejects. Preparation often feels slow, but it is essential. When breakthrough comes, it will rest on the strength of your preparation. Your mindset plays a critical role in alignment. If you constantly expect struggle, you may misinterpret opportunity. If you are focused on comparison, you may miss your own path. Alignment requires clarity of identity. You must know who you are and what you value. When you are secure in your identity, you are less likely to be distracted by what others are doing. You stay in your lane. You honor your pace. You trust your journey. Breakthrough often arrives after moments of persistence. There may have been weeks or months where nothing seemed to shift. You may have questioned whether your efforts were meaningful, but alignment assures you that nothing done with integrity and faith is wasted. Every lesson learned has prepared you. Every challenge faced has strengthened you. Every delay endured has refined you. When the shift finally happens, you will recognize that it was worth the wait. Alignment also requires obedience to small instructions. Sometimes the breakthrough you are praying for is connected to a simple action you have been avoiding. A phone call, an application, a conversation, a change in routine. Small steps create large shifts. Do not underestimate the power of consistent obedience in ordinary tasks. The extraordinary often grows out of the ordinary. When alignment is present, peace increases. You stop rushing, you stop forcing, you stop comparing timelines. You focus on progress rather than speed. You trust that your season is unfolding as it should. That trust reduces anxiety, it strengthens confidence, it allows you to work diligently without desperation. Breakthrough pursued with desperation often feels exhausting. Breakthrough received through alignment feels fulfilling. There will be moments when doubt tries to disrupt your confidence. It may remind you of past failures. It may question your readiness. But alignment is not about perfection. It is about direction. As long as you are moving toward growth, learning from mistakes, and remaining faithful to your values, you are aligned. Breakthrough does not require flawless performance. It requires steady commitment. As you move through this week, pay attention to patterns. Notice where ease replaces resistance. Notice where doors open naturally. Notice where peace accompanies decisions. These are signs of alignment. Lean in to them. Trust them. Continue building where you sense confirmation. Release what consistently brings confusion and exhaustion. Alignment simplifies what used to feel complicated. Breakthrough changes perspective. Breakthrough changes perspective. What once felt impossible becomes manageable. What once felt intimidating becomes familiar. What once felt distant becomes accessible. But remember, breakthrough is not the end. It is the beginning of new responsibility. When doors open, steward them well. When opportunities arise, handle them with integrity. Alignment brought you there. Discipline will keep you there. This week, declare alignment over your steps. Declare clarity over your decisions. Declare discernment over your opportunities. Trust that what is meant for you is moving toward you even now. Believe that breakthrough is not a distant dream, but a developing reality. Stay faithful in small actions. Stay focused on your growth. Stay confident in your direction. Divine alignment and breakthrough are unfolding in ways you may not fully see yet. Keep walking, keep trusting, keep preparing, because when alignment and readiness meet, the shift will be undeniable, and you will step into your breakthrough not by force, but by faith, not by pressure, but by purpose, not by accident, but by divine design. Design.